It's one thing to say, though, about Escape is that their lanes are very strong. Like, because of the fact that they have the support Ogre and the Keeper of the Light who can farm the jungle in a very greedy fashion, like, Synderen might actually get more than one item this game, which is crazy to think about. But they could do jungle stacking for the Storm to give Quakefo a little bit of boost. You know, Synderen could take it himself. They could go aggressive. Like, there's a lot of choices that they have on their lanes. And if they want to do well here, they absolutely need to do well in lanes.
Well, here we have it as we get ourselves in with a quick prediction as well. Most kills at the end. Got to go EHOME, play with the highest physical damage done to heroes.
I guess it would be AM or Slark.
I guess it would be AM. We'll go with AM. Total number of player deaths by our sins in the game, 36 plus. Number of smoke gank kills at 10 minutes. We'll give it a number 1. As we
at 10 minutes? One smoke?
Yeah, it's going to be a chill game.
I suppose.
We had a chill game 1. It was 10 minutes in, it was 1-1.
But it was a Naga game.
That's true.
I guess an AM game is not all that different in some ways.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does with the AM ISO. Do you think we will see the Vanguard into Battle Fury, or does he skip the Vanguard at the start?
I think Vanguard's really good when you can force the enemy team to react to your pressure. So like you buy Vanguard treads and then you like blink behind the tier 1 and you're just farming the creep wave. And then it forces reactions. But if you can't get away with that because you're going to die, then you need to go for something else. So Ice, as a player, I feel like he's the kind of guy who wants to get the item where he can make the aggressive play. So maybe Vanguard is going to be something he's going to look into here.
And is this, yeah, the laning-wise from Escape Gaming, they're going to do something aggressive on this top lane?
I mean, it's possible. I think it would be okay because you don't want the AM to just get a free start.
And it looks like Ice is prepared for it. He's picked up 8 tangos. Nice blast coming through. Kezu levels up the time walk, jumps away. Quafer did manage to get the space down bottom to pick up a bounty rune top. EHOME will claim one for themselves. And Escape Gaming they are. Coming in for a bit of a chase down. Again, going for another blast. And Ice, of course, he doesn't have Blink.
Yeah, he got level 1 mana break.
He does not have Blink, Kezu. I'm going to jump in for that one, but getting a fair bit of a beating down. He'll just suck on the first salve. Ice. Hitting himself back up, but indeed, as we see the lane start to come to fruition. I mean, this bottom lane, though, this is leaving Air on the Slark alone against old 11 Batride. I mean, this could be a little bit nasty for the Slark, surely, after a certain level.
It's not that bad, actually, because what you do is you buy a stick, and then you level up Dark Pact, and you just remove all the sticky napalm stacks, and you can just pounce away if you ever really get in trouble. So most of the time, we used to see a lot of Bat mid. There was Slark counter picks constantly. Because every time Bat wants to go for CS, you really want to use Sticky Napalm because it gives you more damage and allows you to CS easier. But the problem with that is Slark is always going to have mana and health to dispel all of your Napalm stacks. And that's usually how Batrider gets his solo kills.
We're going to have to put a lot of eyes onto the mid lane because, as you said, you know, with this Kunkka and CM, Quafer's got to be ever so careful. On this lane. And I guess this is one of the things that Escape Gaming are trying to achieve with this aggressive tri-lane. They're trying to take the support's attention away from the mid lane. As we can see already, old Lanham coming in with the Torrent, just giving some aggression down onto Quafer. As it looks like EHOME, they're comfortable with just leaving the Anti-Mage on his own, on top, against the 3 of the side of Escape Gaming. And Escape Gaming, at the moment at least, don't seem to be able to do too much about that.
Their heroes aren't really as good in small skirmishes, Escape, because they have like this, the Keeper of the Light, sure, you can throw out an Illuminate every now and then, but Yapzor is the one who really needs to be making the rotations, and as such, he's walking around just clubbing Fenrir, saying you are not going to get your free jungle that you're looking for.
And Venom Windlace.
Yeah, that is the build, honestly, on this hero. Because what, is a Crystal Maiden going to trade right clicks with you? Like, how the heck is Fenrir supposed to really do anything about this? He's just sitting there going, guys? There's an ogre walking at me, and I'm scared.
Oh, Lana with this invis. Picking up to set up again mid. Has that level 1 Torrent. Quafer is on full health. They will need the CM to join in. I mean, if they can get the Torrent to lead in to allow Fenrir to close the gap, maybe they can have a chance of killing him.
Quaker's positioning very well, though.
Yeah. He knows something's up. He knows something's up.
Now, there's no way he should die in that situation. I mean, yeah, it's annoying for him because he's not really going to be getting the farm that he wants. But at the same time, he knows that Fenrir is not getting anything done either because Yapzor is kind of sitting here making sure that he's not able to walk into the jungle freely. So it's a trade-off, and for now, this is the one that Escape are pretty much forced into making.
I mean, overall laning stage in this first 3 minutes in comparison to game 1. Obviously, we talked about the 2 side lanes there were not great for Escape Gaming. Are things a little better here, or has EHOME still got the upper hand in terms of the lanes?
It's better for sure.
It is better. Like, it's a better situation.
Last game, Escape lost all 3 of their lanes with a Drow. There's no way that's ever good. The whole reason you pick that hero is to win your lanes, and they didn't win a single one. So clearly this is far and away better. But yet to be seen how much Koikva is going to be able to do here. Clearly he's been pressured a bit. And playing against an anti-mage is like, it's such a nuisance as a Storm player.
That's a stat and a half there.
That's not a really good thing to note if you're...
Last 7 games lost.
I'm wondering what the actual reasoning is behind picking a hero in this situation. I mean, I guess it's one thing to give that like a lot of different heroes to lasso, but I don't see anything on EHOME that I'm really thinking to myself, of course barring the anti-mage because they picked it after. I'm not looking at it and saying, oh yeah, this is definitely a Storm hero.
Because he's got to be careful up on top. He's got no stick charges. Well, he absolutely needs to be a little more careful. That Windlay's saving his ass though. Oh, way up. He's good to go. Old Chicken off the mark there with the chain. Yapso just buying time. Ferran's going to be coming across as well. He'll get the sloth. Yapso, oh! Isn't going to be able to deny himself to creeps. Old Chicken. Well, there we have it. They're very happy about that kill, Timber. And rightfully so. First blood there for the mid laner of EHOME. It's a great start to have.
Now, Koikva's actually leading CS. So all things considered and the attention that EHOME were putting towards him in the middle lane, he still managed to farm very well. I mean, it's still alright, actually. Even giving away the 1 ogre kill, it's just an ogre. All he really wants to do is walk around and just hit people, so it's not a huge loss that Yapsor ends up dropping. And I don't think Old Chicken is going to be getting any kills on Koikva. And the biggest thing to note here is they haven't killed him before he hits 6.
No, so he and once he hits 6...
Oh, I might have just Caster's cursed him.
Oh, no, he's good. Oh, I say that. Yes, he's good. Old
right,
Chicken.
he's fine.
Of course, he himself doesn't have the 6, so no Chakram. On soft point, and there we have it. Koikva now with a 6 hit. So he's good. And even at the same time, yeah, they come around with a support rotation.
I mean, that was really close to being a double kill for him. And if that happened, it could have been very easy for him to just walk away with the game. You know, get a very early Blink Dagger. He already has Tranquils and Windlays in his inventory, so a bit unfortunate. He doesn't have any vision either.
Kezu, he's out of mana. He's only got 2 stick charges as well. That's going to mean, of course, the damage is going to be limited from Ice Ice Ice. No mana to burn. So Kezu, with the Stout and the Strength Treads, he's able to walk it off. Gets himself out. Koikva securing himself the 6-minute rune. We're going to see Old Chicken come up and try and contest it. Has to be careful. Ogre Magi's around as well. Koikva, does he want to try and make a go? No, not at this stage.
He doesn't have any points in the Vortex. And there's like no way you're killing a Timber with that Vortex.
He's out of there. And I mean, Era, as you said, coming into it, he's been able to keep on par with the Batright in this lane. He's found himself the farm. He's up there. I mean, we can see on the CS, pretty much everyone's finding the farm this game. There's none of the cores are falling behind.
It's a lot of 1v1 matchups with just heroes rotating in from side lanes. So like the Ogre's moving around from Escape, and then the CM and the Kunkka were kind of moving around a bit. I guess Fenrir is playing it a bit more greedy because he's a CM and he can just sit in the jungle, so he's like level 4.5 right now. Whereas Yapsor, he's only 3 and he spent the majority of his game just looking for people to club. But now I guess they just decided to sack the offlane entirely, let Kezu do his own thing, so now Cinderin can go back to doing like jungle stacking and whatnot and doing creep pulls just to get himself to level 6. Because Coddle actually benefits very well from levels. Like having higher points into Illuminate and Chakra early on can be great, and Mana Leak even scales amazingly per point just because of the cast range. It's like 150, I think, per rank. So all the heroes on Escape benefit very well from just having this farm time. And in some ways, I would actually say that going to the late game would probably still favor Escape, even against the Anti-Mage, because they have Void Lockdown, and they have a Slark. So even if the Storm is not a good matchup against AM, the rest of the heroes should be enough to deal with it.
And Era Slark, of course, as well. Over the years, definitely one of his signature heroes.
Yeah.
Very, very comfortable and knowing the limits of the hero. And oh, Chicken, he knows his limits, trying to jump in. He'll be mana leaked up by Cinder, and Koikva zips out. EHOME at the moment with 3 heroes here, but the reaction will come through from Escape Gaming. Kezu, time dilating them, forcing them back. Old Chicken still sticking around. He's got a bit of mana left to play with. Here's Era with the wraparound, looking for his target. He's going to go for Old Chicken. Realizes he's out of mana. There's no escape from the Timbersaw. They'll take down one. They can't get themselves a second. As they zip across, Old 11 still deep behind enemy lines.
He just sacrificed his team to kill the stacks. He's just like, I don't care what you guys are doing, go fight, it's fine. I'm killing these creeps, and that's pretty much all there is going to be about it. Because I think they had like a double stack in the medium camp and maybe a double in the large camp as well.
Oh, but if they get the Old 11 to kill as well, Koikva comes across with an Invis Rune. Yapsor The burst, and they finish this man off. Fire flying, trying to get himself away. Ice. Oh, the mana breaking jumps in. The lasso as well. They'll still lose the Batrider, but Ice could have been just set up here by the looks of it for a couple of free kills. Can he finish it off? No, he double backs. Oh, Yapzor. Let's see how good his jukes are.
Oh, he thought he was going to blink.
Oh, Yapzor. Soon. Oh. I mean, he made him work for it.
That was almost next level. He thought that Ice was just going to blink over the trees, so he stopped. Because obviously if he blinks down and assumes you're still walking, he blinks too far. But Ice, he's not about that life. He ain't going to get faked out like that.
Radiant's middle tower is
So they get the bat, but Ice does get himself involved in a couple of kills. So still, it's a very, very clean progression here for himself and the anti-mage. We've seen Ice with a flawless performance in Game 1. The question is, are we going to see that again here in Game 2? So it certainly starts to be the...
They don't really have a ton of catch for him outside of Sphere. That's pretty much all they have. And Koikva, if he wants to go for like Orchid first, I mean, that if he's going to buy Orchid and he wants to use it against AM, it kind of has to.
Mid lane, Kezu jumping in with the Chrono. TP reactions will be there. They're going to be able to do anything in time before Chica gets taken down. No, the bash comes through.
That was very, very good timing from Yapzor.
Here we have it. Escape Gaming, 4 heroes towards the mid. They're not going to commit for a push at the moment. In fact, Fortification will be coming out from the side of EHOME as Era is just about to be able to finish off this tier 1 on the bottom lane on his own. Old Eleven's coming around for it. Can he get the deny? Ooh, yes he can. Oh. And Era, he's been lassoed up, but at the same time, Shadow Dance is there. He thinks about going for the kill on Fenrir, but realizes it's too risky to try and attempt. He's got to get himself out. Yapzor coming across, he may look to chase down Fenrir. He's got his eyes on the Crystal Maiden, but again, he's just kind of toying with him. Knows it's a little bit too dangerous to get too close to the bat. Storm Spirit, mid lane though, meanwhile, taking down Kunkka. So Escape Gaming not finding a kill down bottom, but Koifa able to use the chaos to find something, and Yapzor does end up going down as both mid laners causing a bit of action to happen for each of their respective sides, and it's not done yet for EHOME as they're looking at Cinder, and Chakram comes through, and Old Chicken finds himself a double with the rotation down towards the bottom.
Just underestimating, I guess, the damage output of the heroes, more or less. But EHOME are still down here in forest. Like, they're going to chase Era back.
He's got to be careful. Yeah, absolutely. And he jumps forward. It was blocked by Old Chicken. Can they get him? Yapzor coming in, trying to get the start off Era. Oh, gets the dart packed off, but he's going to be seeing Dark for a while as he's put 6 feet under. Oh, there's Kezu. Turns in, takes one. Old Chicken on the way out, but EHOME, they've overstepped the mark. They kill Era, but they lose 2 heroes for it. As Escape Gaming, they are quick to react, and 11 minutes in, 7 for 6. A game that's certainly starting to be at a much faster pace than Game 1, but at the same time, at the same stage, a similar story in terms of the net worth, as we can see that EHOME have got the 3 highest cores at the moment in terms of money.
The other thing, too, is their cores are much harder to kill. Like, the Timber requires a huge investment. Ice went Vanguard, as we were kind of talking about earlier. So you're going to need to bring, like, Chrono plus 2 or 3 heroes if you want to kill Ice at this point. It just gives EHOME a lot of freedom in how they want to play the game. They can just run at Escape Gaming as long as their anti-mage isn't being forced into fights, or if they have somebody else farming the other side of the map, like maybe, you know, Old Chicken on the Timber, it's fine, because at least one of their cores are getting something.
Let's see what they can do about this. It's limited. Ice just stands. Oh, he jumps in. He wants to go. Here comes the boat, and they'll take a kill. Cinderin getting a boat and a half in his face. And EHOME finding a tower as well. There's a smoke up from the rest of them towards the mid lane. Maybe seeing if they could get some kind of catch onto Koifa. With this Blink Dagger ready on Old 11, Koifa's got to be careful. How's he going to react? Immediately zipping out. Old 11 not quite quick enough. Koifa dodges the jump in. Now, has to be careful as Kezu's coming around. Maybe looking for the battle. Old 11's going to go for the TP out. Oh, they're going to be at Kezu feels it right. Pops the Chrono down. Knows that he's up there, cancelling the TP at what seems to have been the last millisecond.
God, that was so close. Man, what a play. A lot of players could just say, okay, he might already be gone, but they saw the Firefly, so Quake was just pinging saying, he might still be here, he might still be here. Very nice catch there from Escape Gaming, and also needed. Like, they need to make sure that they're controlling their side of the map as much as they can, because EHOME are pretty much running rampant everywhere else. Like, look at Lanham, he's just sitting in front of a tier 1 of Escape going, yeah, whatever. I'm farming my armlet, it's no big deal. This is just what I do. You can tell how confident they are in this game just by how they're positioning around the map. Like, they are fearing nothing right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's have a look at this replay as well. Here we go. Kezu.
Yeah,
He feels it. Let's see the second.
Oh, the
4,
Remnant
3, 2,
actually-
1, 0. It was on 0.
Yeah, the Remnant
it was
gave
on
vision,
0.
I think, just on the edge, right?
But
Or
the
is that too
reaction of
far?
Kezu is...
It seemed
it
like
seemed like it was on the... I don't think it did. Was it too far away?
I think it might have been
But
too
either
far.
way, on 0.0 seconds, he lands that chrono.
Yeah, that was sick. That was definitely...
Radiant's bottom
that was a
tower
play.
is
Play
under
and a half.
attack.
Good stuff. Error, nearly finishing that Shadow Blade as well down here on the slot. Just needs a few hundred more to finish it off. A mid lane, 4 heroes from Escape Gaming coming around. Timber keeping himself fine. Old Lanham, as you said, with this positioning, still feels very, very confident. And he has actually got backup coming in as well. So they want to try and make a go onto this slot, turn it into maybe a tower push as well. Ice joining the fray. Gonna head straight into the lane.
I think Era knows better because the ward vision. So the creeps don't really see that far at nighttime. And if you get seen under your tower and you know there's no creeps there, it's pretty obvious that there's going to be a lane ward, and he probably just felt uncomfortable with the fact that his ulti wasn't on and just decided to fail. And the right call, the EHOME making the rotation towards top lane.
Yeah, old Levin ready to look for the jump. The Absol's been spotted out here. In fact, well, old Levin looks like he wants to get that Koifa kill. He wants to get the bigger one. He may just have to sell it for Yap. No, he's going to jump in, but at the same time, Yapso drops down the Fire Blast. Torrent's going to miss it. Koifa's going to be allowed to get away. Yapso, he's got the backup. Kezu comes in, gets the Crow onto old Lanham. Koifa jumping across, vortexing in old Levin. Can he get himself out on the Bat Rider, keeping himself alive for the time being? Here comes old Chicken, jumping in on the Timber Chain. Kezu's frozen up. Isn't going to be able to time walk himself out of that one. So they'll lose the Void. Yapso's still on the retreat. They get themselves another Ice. Looked for the ultimate. Not going to find it. In fact, well, Ice jumps behind the tower, but the Dukes of Will from Yapso as he headed up towards the north. Manages to avoid EHOME. Now we'll double back down the mid lane. And he will be able to get himself safely back there. So just losing one Escape Gaming. And, everything was dropped. The Chrono looked like it could have been amazing.
Well, there was a blinding light that made the Chrono less amazing. But the real problem is the fact that... Oh, hold that thought, Era. Okay, it's fine. No detection.
Look at this by the secret shop over on the side of the Radiant. They've found out Fenrir. CM. She's out for the count. 9 for 8.
I still kind of feel like that fight that I took top wasn't really necessary because they already threw the boat buff out. And then both the Bat Rider and the Kunkka were taking like 0 damage. I'm pretty sure Yapsor, like he got a multicast, sure it's on level 1 Fire Blast and whatnot, but we're going to get a chance to see it again here. The Blinding Light comes out at
Let's
the very
see where
beginning.
Syndra messes. Oh, who are we blaming this on?
I mean, I still think that Kezu thought the Chrono was going to hit, but the Blinding Light just like throws them out.
Perfect Chrono! No!
JK.
Yeah.
Okay, it was definitely on Sind.
That's on Sin.
Yeah, that's, I mean...
And he walks off, he's like, oh, don't mind me.
And the funny part is the Blinding Light wasn't even really necessary. So we're going to see... Era?
He's,
okay?
I don't think he is.
Not okay.
He certainly isn't.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Napzol, he may have just signed his own, sealed his own fate as well. He's tanky. Is he tanky enough though? And the X marks down. The controls there. Yapsor is out as well. Double kill for old Chicken. Really starting to run rampant on this Timbersaw at this stage of the game.
God, Ice just he's had no pressure on him this whole game. Like EHOME are doing such a good job of moving around the map and forcing escapes to react to them.
He just went for a TP. It's cancelled by the Flame Break. And he'll play with them for a bit, Cinderin. But these games aren't going to have a happy ending for Cinderin.
It's a very hard situation right now for Escape because the heroes that they're relying on to carry, like Koikfa, it's a Storm versus AM matchup, which is never really going to be favorable. He's going Bloodstone first, which means he's pretty much never going to stay on the same pace as Ice in terms of farm. And the only time Storm is good against AM is when the Storm is ahead. There's just no way that he is going to be ahead of the AM right now, like given the pace of both heroes and just how much map control EHOME have. So that's already kind of a not great thing for Escape right now, but they do have still Chrono to fall back on. Not necessarily the best synergy, but it might be enough to defend high ground and maybe get Koikfa to a stage where he has enough items.
Here we go, Era. Oh, he's not going to have to go for that. Doesn't want to go for Fenrir. A little bit too deep as CM backs up.
We didn't talk much about Kezu's Midas, did we?
We didn't. He did pick it up, obviously, as his first item.
Yeah,
a fair while ago. He got a decent time. I think it was about maybe 12 minutes. Or
yeah, he got it at a good timing, but
Yeah.
I think it's actually fairly good this game.
Yeah.
They know that they can take the game late. They know they have good high ground defense, and there's a good chance that no other item that he's going to buy at this juncture is really going to influence the fights that much. So going for the Midas just ensures that he's going to stay relevant instead of, you know, throwing out that one chrono after a blinding light that didn't really result in a kill. And then all of a sudden, if you have like a Vlad's or a Blink instead of a Midas, then you feel like really, really bad about it because you don't have any like plan B. But the Midas just allows him to get more farms. So I actually do like that choice here.
I see a big collision between the two sides as EHOME smoked up, ready for action into the jungle of Escape Gaming. But Escape Gaming, fortunately for themselves, are all grouped up around their own tier 2. And in fact, are they going for a smoke themselves, Escape? Is that the play? They are. Smoke on smoke action. Yapso's going to be the first to be revealed. Gets the stun on Old Lanham. Kezu! 3-man chrono. Here we go. Quaifa looking to focus down Old Lanham. Can they take him? They will. Kuka goes down. Ice jumping in. Looking at Quaifa. Gets himself out to the side with the ball. Trying to keep himself away from the team, away from the anti-mage. Ice jumps in, drops the mana void. Can he kill Quaifa though? They've already lost 2 on the side of EHOME, and they may even lose more. Old Chicken out of mana. Kezu looking for the chase down. Gets the bash. Cancels the TP. This time the blinding light bangs Old Chicken back into the hands of Escape Gaming as they find a third. Ice wasn't able to finish off Quaifa regardless of the fact that he drops the mana void, and EHOME lose 3 and take nothing away from the side of Escape.
Kezu God. That chrono was so game-winning. He caught the perfect heroes in the perfect position because the Kunkka was in the front. The biggest difference between the last fights, like watch this, he hits 3.
Look at this chrono.
He hits 3, Fenrir can't ult, Old Chicken stuck in the chrono as well. The bat cannot go in, and the biggest thing is there's no boat. So the boat buff for his team doesn't just reduce all the damage they can deal by a gigantic margin, which was the problem that we saw top lane when they were trying to kill Old 11 and Old Lanham. So complete turnaround. We talked about the importance of the chrono, and Kezu definitely delivered.
And he got the bash. I mean, it's that really.
I mean, the bash
any
was
better
skill.
for Escape Gaming.
It was a skill bash.
The bash was skill. The chrono was luck.
Yes, he deserved that bash after his chrono.
I mean, in a game where Sin's blinding lighting them out the chrono, it's a bit of RNG if you get a good chrono.
I mean, yeah, you never know what Cinderen's going to do, right?
Absolutely.
He's like, wait, blinding light.
And there we have it, 12-11. I mean, game 1 was certainly an eventful one. Game 2, so far, it's been even better. A lot of action. Both teams with the powerhouses at the ready. You know, Anti-Mage, even though he didn't get the kill, he obviously continues to have this clean game. 1-0-2, Ice. And well, here's the pick-off potential. Jumping in onto Cinderen. Backup's on his way, and yeah, Cinderen, he's a goner.
Yeah, it's okay, though. I mean, him dying, honestly, he's quite high level for this stage in the game for a support. Like, level 11 at 20 minutes is pretty good. You expect Coddle to be kind of a little bit higher level than a lot of supports just because of Illuminate and whatnot, but he understands that if they're committing like the Bat Rider and the Timber to kill him, then his cores are still able to sit out on the map and do pretty much whatever they want.
And this is where things can potentially get painful. Arrow's got an Echo Saber as well as the Shadow Blade. They're looking for Ice. They're going to need some multicasts here. Is his luck working for him? It's a 2 times. It's going to allow him to get a fair bit of damage down. Not going to be enough to kill him. But yeah, the multicasts are going to be pretty key this game from Yapzor if they want to catch out some of these more elusive heroes.
I mean, the thing to note here is he only has level 1 Fire Blast, so even if he gets like a 2 or 3 times multi, it's not like it's dealing that much damage. It's not going to be until a bit later where that really starts to become more of an issue.
Fenrir, why not? Got to get them creeps.
I mean, it's not that long of a cooldown, right? Like
and he hasn't had the chance to use it yet this game.
Yeah.
So why not? I thought it was beautiful, Fenrir.
I'm surprised that EHOME didn't just go for Roshan with that DD. Like, Ice has a Vanguard and whatnot. That's more than enough to tank the damage. And plus, the rest of EHOME are already kind of in the area. They saw that Escape were pushing top as well. I feel like they could have just done Roshan with that. Maybe they're feeling a little bit apprehensive after getting chronoed in the last fight.
I can see Escape Gaming ready to react to whatever EHOME want to do down here on the bottom. Coming in with the wraparound, all ults are at the ready for Escape. Let's see if Arrow or Kezu can find an initiation. Eyes onto Ice, but immediately Old Lemon jumps in. They've caught out the Slark. Slark needs help, and he needs it fast. There's a boat coming in as well. Arrow gets the Shadow Dance off. Will be able to get himself out to the side. He needs help, though. Falling low. Jumps out. Kezu! 3-man chrono again! Fenrir's down! Can they get themselves anything more? Quaifa zipping across with a Banner Void. It's incredibly painful for Escape Gaming. They've got to get themselves out as Ice starts to turn the fight around. Cindery gets a double kill, but he's going to pay with his life. They've lost 3 on the side of Escape Gaming. Quaifa, he's got to get back as well. There'll be a blink in 5. Let's see if they can go any deeper to try and find for the storm kill. Looks like he's going to be A-OK. So he's able to just get himself far enough away, but as we're seeing there, they've just got to be so wary at the punching power of that Mana Void, dealing an insane amount of damage.
One ability cast. Look at this chrono. This is like, that was so close to missing. Ice 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 is probably sitting there going, how the hell was I even caught in that, honestly? But the Mana Void just obliterates Escape Gaming. They got really excited at the fact that they landed such a good chrono that they grouped up too much around Quakefa. And just imagine, if he wasn't playing Storm and he was on like Invoker or something else, that would have been a disaster for EHOME. I mean, I actually kind of feel bad for Quakefa this game, because this is such a hard game to play Storm.
Old 11. Nice, we've got to be careful there. Oh, okay, he will. Fast reactions, fast fingers. Old 11 escaping. Could have been inevitable death there if they got a touch on him. Quakefa, understandably as well, BKB's up next for him on top of the Bloodstone. No more messing around.
It's either that or Linken's, but the problem with Linken's is that it's very easy for Kunkka to break it with X, and the cast range is super long. And then you put yourself in a situation where the item could just be useless for you. So I kind of understand just going straight for the BKB. It allows him to go into the fight and just not explode, which is one of the biggest worries that you have in the Storm AM matchup. So it's definitely a warranted pickup. But on the side of EHOME, like Ice 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 is still farming like a beast. He's got his Manta done now. So catching him out is going to be even harder. I don't even know if they can really kill him at this point. Like, even if he gets put in a chrono, their follow-up damage just isn't there.
EHOME not wants to hold back once they start to get the ball rolling. Smoked up, ready in case Escape Gaming try and make a jump onto Ice Ice Ice. But it looks like the bait's not gonna work for the time being. No one jumping over for this, and EHOME, they'll just use this space to head into the pit. And Escape Gaming, they aren't really in the neighborhood to contest this. As EHOME, they're gonna have a good chance of getting this one for free.
Yeah, there's no contention here whatsoever coming in from Escape. I think as time goes by, they're going to just realize that, A, there's probably a ward there, because Slark just walked past it, but there's no one showing on the map. So one of two things is happening. They're either getting smoke ganked or they're doing Roche. And with them not pushing, feels like they're assuming that they're getting smoked, or no Invoker to Sunstrike the pit or anything like that, so they can't really know either way.
I see the Aegis told Chicken, I imagine. What? Yeah, this, I mean, Ice 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 doesn't really need it. No, he'll take it.
I don't think Ice 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 can really die, but at the same time, it's nice to have that kind of failsafe.
Yeah.
Because he's the hero that you're looking to just be like, this is still technically a one-core draft, if you think about it. Like, sure, the Temper Saw is going to get really farmed, but he's not really good at breaking high ground. He just does a lot of damage, and he's hard to kill.
Yeah, he's not going to win you the game. He's going to give you the space to do it.
I mean, he can wreck in team fights.
He can kill everyone, but he's not going to kill the base.
No, definitely not. So it makes sense to give the Aegis to Ice 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 still in the situation. And I still feel as though overall EHOME are ahead in their game plan. But, you know, the later the game goes, the Slark's going to get more items, the Storm and the Void are going to get more items, and there will come a stage where the AM is not going to really be able to do all the heavy lifting on his own. So EHOME do have some semblance of urgency, I would say, to make something happen.
And of course, we're talking about the effectiveness of the Timbersaw as well, and there's going to be a bit of a chance that, you know, they can kill him a little easier with that Silver Edge complete on Error. But at the same time, Bash is done on the anti-mage. It really is getting to that territory where AM, any target he sees, he can just jump on and finish off. When he's got the Abyssal done as well, Quakefa just has to be so careful. He's nearly got enough money for the completed BKB. But even then, you know, if Ice 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 gets the jump in and drops the hammer, that's Quakefa's essentially a walking nuclear bomb.
He really is. I mean, look at the way the last fight turned out. When they get like a 3-man chrono, Quakefa's like, oh yeah, I'm going in. Wastes like 80% of his mana using Ball Lightning to get into a good spot, and then he just kills his own team. And it's not really on him, it's just like the nature of the matchup. It's just difficult. So the trading going on here, obviously going to favor Escape because they are a little bit behind and they don't really want to fight into Aegis. Doesn't look like EHOME are willing to give him a tower though. So Ice 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 makes his teleport towards the bottom lane. But yeah, I still feel like Escape have a chance. It's just they need to split up the map as much as they can. Try to wait out the Aegis. Like, don't fight into Ice 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 with an Abyssal Blade and 2 lives.
I mean, Ice Ice Ice.
That's super hard.
He really has been having a ridiculous day today. And especially this series. Not a single death in either of these games.
He's a monster. Yeah. But you also have to attribute a lot of that to just... I think that the drafts, both games, favored EHOME. And I feel like the way that they play the game and how much space they give Ice 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 is just I mean, I would love to play AM in a game like this where my team is just doing everything.
Yeah, they really are playing, as you said, as a team and playing perfectly around the draft that they picked up as well. Mid lane, not chicken. Again, it is EHOME at this stage, realizing, just give the space to Ice. They will try and maybe look for something here. So 11 does have an invis room. We'll see if he can get some sort of catch, but Escape Gaming, they are going to be prepared for it. Moving up to the high ground. 11, what's he going to be able to catch? He's on top of Yap, so he'll go for the Ogre. Starts to bring him back in. They'll burst him down immediately. No escape for Ogre. 45 seconds without him for this defense, and Ice will simply batter down onto the tier 2 in the mid lane. As EHOME, it's actually going to come in hard with this push now. Koifa's just going to be there to skip the wave.
Their heroes they're very durable, especially if Lanham is able to get the boat. So taking down like Ice at this stage, 2000 HP, natural magic resist with his passes, and then Timber Saw. This is a very hard push for them to stop. They just don't have good enough synergy with the Chrono right now to make the push worrisome for EHOME, especially having the Aegis on Ice. He's just going to sit there and just kill the tower.
He really doesn't give a hoot.
Yeah.
Ice.
I mean, what can they do? They need to Chrono him somehow and kill him. But if they do that, then he respawns, and then they don't have Chrono.
Top lane, there's a sentry down, Era. He's got to go for the Shadow Dance walkout. Old Chicken, he's got enough burst to do it. No. Era will be able to escape.
That was close, but unfortunately not enough. If they can somehow wait out this Aegis and not lose a set of racks, that's a big win for Escape, because right now is like the best power spike that EHOME possibly have. Their AM's pretty much unkillable. They have Abyssal Blade, so if he jumps on the Storm and the Storm doesn't BKB, he's dead. Like, just gone. It's a very, very bad spot for Escape at the moment. They need to find a way to either go for a play that forces the game to go longer by smoking, which is still very risky, I feel, or get some vision up and just try to turtle as best they can.
Can see Era, he is still trying to make these moves with the Shadow Blade, just in case he's able to find anyone on EHOME overextending on their own.
Well, the problem is the bat has gems, so if he catches the wrong hero and he's not ready, all of a sudden could be a lot of trouble.
Well, that sound, of course, not something that Escape Gaming would be hearing, but I'm sure if they did, they'd be a little bit more relieved now that the Aegis has timed out. Ice doesn't have that in his repertoire anymore. And a bit of a double edge, though, on the plus side for Ice. It means it's another slot that he can put items in, and indeed, immediately, he'll be looking to buy up that BKB.
He's going to have it, like, now. Yep. Okay.
All right. So you don't have to worry about the Aegis, but you have to worry about the fact he's got a BKB.
The BKB Abyssal is... Okay.
Okay, here we go. Jumping onto old 11. Koifa pots the BKB. No messing. They're going to look to move in for more. Old Chicken trying to get himself out. But Kezu again with the Chrono. There'll be a buyback on the bat right. Ephemeral burst it down. Ice turning up. Looking towards Era. Can't quite burst him down. And Era gets out with the Shadow Dance. They now don't have to worry about the Mana Void this fight. Ice. He's out of mana. Kezu looking to finish off old 11. He's going for the bashes. Can he finish off this good? No, he can't. Old 11 jumps against the last one. They've killed Ice though. Escape Gaming take down the anti-mage. Can they get old 11? This would be a dieback on the bat right. He's trying to get himself out into the tree line. Era looking for his target. EHOME still dancing around with this one. Old 11 hanging on. Just forcing back Escape Gaming. But they lose Kezu, but what a fight for them there. Getting the bat, he buys back, and they also get that anti-mage kill.
God, that was so good for Escape. Like, if stuff like that doesn't happen, I'd say that EHOME probably walk away with this game in the next, like, 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
That fight just started so badly for EHOME. They lose their initiation immediately. He's forced to buy back. Ice isn't even there, and he had already used his Manta before he even came to the fight.
And so Fenrir brought back as well, so 2 buybacks.
Yeah, so watch what happens, right? Like, 11 dies. Ice is in the freaking river. He's not even at this engagement, so when the Chrono comes out, they don't have to worry about this Mana Void bomb that's going to kill the team.
And what quite catches it, so Ice, he jumps in here.
He jumps in, but he doesn't have Manta.
And he loses all the mana.
Yeah, so when he doesn't have Manta style, he's unable to get rid of the mana leak, and then gets forced by Yapsor, and all of a sudden he's just out of mana, so then he dies. Everyone turns around and says, oh, look, they're all killing our Void. Let's go for this AM, and we get the kill. That was like a total disaster for EHOME.
Oh, boy.
I think Ice Manta'd mid or something to push the wave. So when he went bottom, he didn't have it for the engagement. And obviously the Lotus Orb was used on all the 11s, so there was no way to dispel it in that regard either.
Oh, and they found old chicken. Koifa, he's out of mana. He's going to be topped up by Sin. Era's turned up as well, though. Old chicken, he's going to look to move in, take down the Kotl, but Sinner and blinding lights him back over the cliff. Old chicken will be allowed to escape, though. I won't be able to kill him. He himself unable to get any kills. Kezu and Yapzor smoked up, and Chrono at the ready. See who they can find. I mean, do they want to try and go for old chicken? Have they actually got the damage between these two to deal with them? I guess that they get a few multicasts off they could. But still, seems like a relatively hard kill to find.
It's tough to kill him. I don't think it's worth the effort, honestly. 2,000 health, and even without many reactive stacks, he's still sitting at 17 armor. You're going to need, like, one more hero, I think, on top of that to reliably get the kill.
Haste.
All right, EHOME. See if this smoke works. At least I have Ice 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 this time.
Roshan will be up shortly. EHOME certainly ready to try and do something even without
top lane,
the
old
Aegis.
chicken.
He's been caught out alone. Era and Quakefa finding out the Timber Saw. One Silver Edge hit onto the man and he'll fall quickly. Era at this point certainly starting to turn up how scary he's looking on that slot. Well, as I say that,
He's dead.
he's dead. So not that scary. EHOME, they're not ones to get spooked.
Wait in mana pay.
No vision in the area, unfortunately, and not fast enough fingers. I don't even know if BKB would have saved him, to be honest. He might have still been dead, because his Dark Pact was on cooldown when he got lassoed, so obviously not unable to break it or anything. A big pick for EHOME either way. I guess the bright side is that since he just spent his money, he didn't really lose much for his death there. But at the same time, it does allow EHOME to reestablish map control. Roshan's going to be up before I think the Slark even respawns. So that's not really good. Now Escape need to think of a plan in order to delay this Rosh or try to have something good happen for them before the Slark respawns.
The two of them here have eyes onto Quakefa. But Quakefa, he's got BKB, and he's got a hell of a lot of mana, so he simply zips himself right back.
Yeah, EHOME are just trying to establish the map control they want for when Roshan spawns again. They're just going to abuse the dire advantage, I think, for now. Like, not taking any needless fights, just only fighting over the objective. Like, Fenrir is already going back to scout the pit, so they're going to know that Roshan's up, and as soon as that happens, Ice 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 is probably going to make his way down.
I mean, can Escape Gaming take a straight 5v5 around the Roshan pit? Can they stop this, or do they just have to let this go?
It's possible, but it's very difficult, because just the nature of the pit and playing against stuff like Batrider, for example, and Timber, they can just be all over the place. AM obviously has Blink. Yeah, they know that Roshan's happening right now, and EHOME are also very aware that Escape want to try to contest this. The smoke isn't going to be scouted by any wards or anything, but they do have vision pretty much everywhere else around the pit.
Oh boy. Let's see how this goes down.
I think this is just too, like, Escape can't give it up, because if they do, they know they're going to lose racks. Or they're going to have to commit buybacks to defend.
Look at this. Yeah. He's on Kezu and his Chronos. Like that. On the front of this. Who's going to be able to get the perfect jump in here? EHOME really respecting the Chrono threat that Kezu holds in his hands.
He's played so well this game, honestly.
EHOME now themselves looking for a wraparound, so they're on even levels as Escape Gaming on this high ground. They do have the gem, of course, back on 11 after losing it earlier. Yapzor, yeah, he's still got the stolen one. We'll jump in. Yapzor. Get the Fire Blast off. Still tinkering with each other. Ice, Ice, Ice. Not wanting to jump in himself and drop the hammer onto anyone, as he knows that Escape Gaming can quickly turn and take him down, even with the lead that he did manage to get. Both teams just very, very scared of making the jump. Era, eyes on torching, they'll go for it. Silver Edge Burst is there. Immediately the BKB from Storm. They're looking to finish him off. Can they finish him or get himself out? But it's not going to be quick enough. Timber will fall. Still hanging around is Kezu on the back lines. He's found Ice Ice Ice, but the BKB will come out. But the bashes, they're real. Ice 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 trying to fight up against Era. In comes the boat. They'll burst down the Slark, and now they turn towards Kezu. Time walking away, but the X-Mark's down onto him. They'll find themselves another Kezu to fall. Ice Ice Ice, he's not done yet. Jumps forward, looking for the Ogre. He'll get the bash down. Old Lanham as well. X-Marked onto Cinderin. They're going to be able to pick themselves up a fourth. The gems dropped by Yapzor. EHOME picking the perfect time to fight, and they'll do it in style. 4 kills for the side.
The scales balanced.
The difference in having a really good sphere and an average sphere just showcased. Honestly, it's just so much pressure on him to get a good ultimate during the fights. And one of the biggest differences that you'll notice during this engagement is that the Kunkka is able to get his spells off. So obviously the fight starts off by Old Chicken dropping here. The BKBs are going to be running out soon. And then you look back and all of a sudden it's like, okay, we got a solo chrono onto Ice Ice Ice. But he's able to get his BKB off. And as soon as that happens, Lanham gets another 2-man torrent. He throws out the boat. And with BKB and Rum, you cannot kill the anti-mage. Especially when the last damage dealer you have is Storm. And if he gets too low, you know, you always run the risk of eating a mana void. Clearly Ice 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 already used it here, but yeah, that was a brilliant fight from EHOME, and Lanham showcasing how powerful support Kunkka can be. And we now are back live in game, seeing that EHOME take Roshan successfully. Of course, that whole fight kicked off because Roshan was obviously the objective that both teams wanted. But yeah, Lanham and Ice 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 just doing a lot of work. Fenrir result was also great.
Yeah,
Crystal Maiden multi.
I think, as you mentioned, it really was down to the fact that Aaron Coifer just straight up blew the BKBs, going for the Old Chicken kill.
Yeah.
The Timbersaw bait worked out perfectly from EHOME. And Escape Gaming, they were just caught off guard off the back of it, because suddenly your Slark and your Storm Spirits lost the BKB charge, and Ice 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 jumps in with his fresh one.
And the other thing, too, about Slark that's kind of frustrating when you're playing against AM is that he actually has a fairly large mana pool for a carry, because you want to build stat items on the hero, right? So during the late game, if you have Scotty, for example, you can have like 1,600 plus mana, and that gives 2 viable mana void targets to the AM. Both of those things are not really that great, so Ice 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 is going to have more options making his way into the later stages. And speaking of, he just secures himself a butterfly. Going to be even harder to take down now, if he wasn't already.
Needs to be careful here. Will actually go for the zip TP, but indeed they found him on 11.
BKB, he's so dead. Yeah,
he realizes no messing there from the man.
That was so greedy not BKBing. I mean, yeah, it's an 8-second BKB charge, but at the end, you know, you died anyway, and you still ended up BKBing to try to live. So loses 600 gold for that. That's a really painful death.
Yeah, this one as well, EHOME, with that Aegis that they just picked up on Old Chicken, they can just go for another high ground attempt, or are they just super chill? I mean, they've got this anti-mage, Ice Ice Ice, as we can keep continuously talking about, just in an absolutely insane position. But you still say there is that threat that they don't want to go late against a Slark and a Storm. And a Void. This kind of tri-core that Escape Gaming have against their one core.
I think what ends up happening in this game is that the cores of Escape are very mobile, right? So you have Blink Void, a Slark, and a Storm. You're going to lose your backline really fast in the ultra late game because the AM can't kill the heroes fast enough.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to deal with 3 heroes on Escape that have great mobility, who can just jump on whoever they want and get those kills really, really quickly. And that's why the AM is going to struggle. It's not that he necessarily matches up poorly.
Oh, that lasso! Hello!
That was insane.
That's a vac bam. Ira, we'll get the BKB off. The Abyssal Blade is going to have something to say about that one, but
yeah, they had a word, so.
That lasso. I guess that's the ether lens for you there. That really did it. That really, really did do it.
Big range.
That's tasty.
Good stuff. Doesn't have buyback either, which is really bad. Because he just bought the Demon Edge, I suppose, going for the MKB against Ice 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 and his Butterfly. But this should pretty much mean a set of racks. I can't imagine Escape committing a lot to this.
He's out for 50, no Slark. Era's been a big part of these fights. Shiva's got now picked up on Coifer. Ice 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 just says, well, that's a nice bit more of mana pool for me to chunk through. Let's see what they can do about this. And indeed, it looks to be, as you say, EHOME. They get the space to finish off this mid set of racks. They'll jump in onto Old Chicken again. Lotus orbs himself and zips away.
I mean, they're doing a really good job of defending it. They haven't taken too much damage on the melee racks, and there's 20 seconds left on Era, so they can buy the time. It would be really nice. Even Ice 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 is super scared.
Here we have it. Vortex onto Ice Ice Ice. Kezu's been lassoed, and the Void is down. 70 seconds does have a buyback. Ice 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 will pop the BKB, look to finish this off, but the fortification comes out from Escape Gaming. They will have Era back alive. Ice 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 still finishes off the wreck. Old Chicken zips away. Coifer's quick to zip behind him. Old Chicken low on the old mana. No fuel left in this tank, and Fenrir, he's going to be the focus first. They'll take the CM kill. Escape Gaming, can they try and find themselves anything more? EHOME quick to back away after getting the successful racks. Old Lanham. TP will be successful. Ice 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 simply continues to blink away. Era wants to chase. It's a hard catch for him to find on his own on the front lines here. Not enough lockdown course, at the moment on this Slark to deal with an AM. So they get a CM kill, but they do lose their racks here. So still painful plays for Escape Gaming, and EHOME managing to continue to maintain the dominance they have on this game.
And they got what they came for. That's the most important thing. They made it so that when they push, they get the Roshan advantage, they get the racks. The objective was taken. Even if they lose like 2 or 3 heroes there, I don't think that Escape were going to be able to punish that hard. The next thing for them, I think, on the agenda in regards to Escape is like trying to get MKBs so they can actually kill the AM again.
What do you think about the Orchid on the Kunkka?
I think it's another natural way to break Lincolns. I think that's maybe one of the main reasons.
Oh, error. He's not got that buyback. He's not got the gold in his pocket.
Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, but how the Orchid works in this game is if you can like blink in, you just immediately Yules and then Orchid. You force the Storm to BKB pretty much, or you force the Slark or the Void to BKB or pop out a Diesel charge. It's just a nice little utility, and when the BKBs are down, you can just continue to chase forever. It gives you mana regen on top of the Yules that you already have. You pretty much never have to go back to base at this point, and they've had map control for a long time, so I think it's solid. Really good item.
Again, these very, very insecure positions that Escape Gaming are being forced into, losing error like that. 35 seconds. He's not going to be here. We saw EHOME last time with the Slark off the map. Were able to claim a set of racks. Let's see if they can go for a bit of a repeat encore performance on this bottom lane. Kozu. Eyes on to them. Can they do their best to stop? There's 20 seconds and they will be not necessarily back in the clear, but with a bit of a better chance of doing something about this. And it looks like they will be able to buy time for Error to come back into the game for this defense. As EHOME respecting it as well. They're not going to stick around, and they are going to back off and play it safe.
I feel like something too that we haven't really mentioned yet is, you know that one ward that was by the Ancients that we talked about earlier? That ward somehow didn't get dewarded, and Era died in the same spot pretty much 2 times. So I don't know how that ward's even alive. Maybe he just wasn't paying attention when he was walking into the creep camp. Because your ultimate does fade when you start getting hit by the neutrals. But I really think that ward should have been taken out, because it did cost 2 very big deaths on the Slark this game.
Nice. What's he got coming out? He's got the bots coming out at this stage. So I guess on the plus side for Escape Gaming, Ice is nearly finished farming. He's going to hit a roof.
Almost, yeah.
But it's not necessarily the best of good news. As Ice is still...
It's like saying, okay, guys, the enemy team is so farmed that he can't really get any stronger. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Good because if you manage to delay the game long enough, your other cores might come online. A bad thing because EHOME probably don't want to give you that time.
It definitely is... it's not unfair to say that this is Escape Gaming on the verge of potentially losing this series. EHOME chipping away at the racks. Again with the old X marks onto the anti-major, allowing Ice to just jump in and punch away with no fear of being taken down. They can just rinse and repeat this to finish off this racks, and it really feels like there's nothing that Escape Gaming can do to stop it unless they're able to get themselves around onto the backliners of EHOME.
Yeah, they need to jump behind the AM and kill the rest of the team. There's no way you go on Ice. He's way too durable.
Here we have it again.
This is some abuse, but it's extremely good. Because if you're mana leaked and you get X back, it doesn't actually count as you moving.
Nope.
So you don't lose mana. You can just pop Lotus Orb if you need to. And what are they going to do? Chrono the AM? You can't.
You don't, yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
He's just going to get ripped right out of it. And here we go again.
It's such a frustrating position for Escape. Like, they're going to get some damage on him, but it's nothing, really.
They can literally just go up top and do this again, and I don't know what Escape Gaming do to stop it.
They need to smoke, like, now.
Yeah.
They
know need
that
to do something in this time.
As soon as EHOME back, that is pretty much their last opportunity to make something happen. And if they don't smoke and get kills before EHOME get to their base, pretty much exactly what we just saw is going to repeat itself. And that cannot happen if Escape want to bring themselves back into the game. Do they even have a smoke right now? I feel like... No, they don't. That's really unfortunate. Okay. So without the use of a smoke, getting those kills, or at least making something happen on the map to where EHOME aren't just going to be able to freely walk down top, is going to be much harder to accomplish. And now EHOME, they're just feeling super confident. and rightfully so. I don't really feel like they ever lost control of this game. Sure, there were a couple of fights that didn't go well for them, but I never really felt like Escape were in some huge advantage, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely not. EHOME, I think for the whole series as well, they've certainly been the team with the upper hand.
That was a...
Okay, Cinneren receiving the hate from Ice, and Ice trying to chase down for more. BKB's now run out. Yapsel goes for the slide clap TP, but there's the break to stop it. Yapsel's going to be in trouble. We're going to watch Ice, though, chase down the remaining members of Escape Gaming. So quite that Kezu will be lucky enough to get themselves back out safely to base with Era. But again, Escape Gaming losing 2. Neither hero with buyback available. The Courier, he's certainly not going to have... Oh, okay. A little bit of mercy there from the bat. He sees a ward and he's like, all right, we'll take it. So all 11.
You know, he might have actually misclicked because the Courier flew right over the ward.
Yes, it looked like he should have had that. But old 11, he loves his animals.
Yeah. All right, so here come EHOME. It's the last push. There's no buybacks on these heroes.
Oh, and Kezu, they need this man and his chrono, and they're not going to have it for the defense. EHOME, definitely the team there that was just playing at another level this series, and Escape Gaming unable to step up to the same